Hello Mousers! Today I want to do another app review, this time of Ascension, Chronicle of the Godslayer. Now for anyone that hasn't actually seen Ascension before, which is probably a lot of you, it's a deck building game. It's basically a game where you lay out a lot of cards and the choices that you make in which cards you use out of your hand determine which of the cards in the gaming area you can take into your hand to help build up your deck. And the more cards you get, the more victory points you're able to get, and so on and so forth. The one with the most victory points at the end and the most cards is the one who wins. It can be played between 2 and 4 players, and it only costs 69 pence in the UK store. I don't know about anywhere else, probably like 99 cents or something like that. Now, there are in-app purchases for Ascension, so as is my usual rule, if we're going to have in-app purchases, we've got to look at whether you can play the game without them, because a game that can't be played properly without purchasing more is not a game that gets a high score. Thankfully, with Ascension, the only in-app purchases are more cards. You can get different versions of the game, expansions to the game and things like that, but the main game itself is totally playable and thoroughly enjoyable without it. So we're going to give it a thumbs up for that. The in-app purchases are purely if you want to add a bit extra to it, but you don't have to. So what about the game itself? Well, it's a very simple game to learn, but it's got a lot of complex possibilities. It's a one that you'll be playing for a long time if you decide that you actually like it. I personally like it. I've found it very good fun. I found that it's very easy to pick up and enjoy. It's very good if you've never played a deck building game before, which to be honest with you, I've only ever played one other deck building game, aside from Magic the Gathering, which I don't count as deck building so much as a trading card game, because you don't play the game to build a deck, you build a deck then play the game. But with this, it's one of the two that I've played, the other one being Penny Arcade Gamers Against Evil, and that is a good fun game, but Ascension is an awful lot easier to learn. So I'd recommend this for anyone who is interested in the concept of deck building games but has never played before and doesn't want something with such a steep learning curve, because it starts off very simply and it's got a very, very gradual curve until you find that actually this is very good. It's got a lot of potential and you're making complex moves without even thinking about what you're doing. So I'm going to rate it a thumbs up. As an overall game, this is 69 pence well worth spending. And it's great fun for whether it's just you or whether it's 3 or 4 of your friends or even just another friend, for somewhere to spend a quarter of an hour, maybe a bit longer if you want a bit of a tournament, but games probably last about 15 minutes each. So it's time well spent if you've got a bit of time to kill. It's good fun. It's not for everyone, of course, because few games are, but for those of you who are willing to give it a chance, it's quite rewarding. It's a bit of a challenge. It gets you're thinking the way that perhaps chess would if chess was a card game. So I'm going to rate it thumbs up. Out of 5, I would probably give it 3.5. It's very good. It could be slightly better because unfortunately there are a few times when the computer will slow down and I can't really see a point to it doing that. I'm not sure what's going on in the background or whatever, but sometimes it slows down and that does detract from the game a little bit. But never mind. That can't be helped for the moment. Hopefully they'll fix that in a patch, and if it did, then I'll probably knock it up to a 4. So that's Ascension in a nutshell. So thank you very much for watching. If you did like this, remember to click the like button, share it with your friends so that they can see another application that's good fun that they might want to try out, and subscribe for future videos. But until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching the Knob Mouse channel, and I'll see you next week.